What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going over what is next for the UFC 326 fighters. I'm going to be going specifically over the last 3 fights, so the last 6 fighters. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. So we start with the new BMF champion, Charles Oliveira. He's coming off that very, very dominant win over Max Holloway, just completely mauled him, and yeah, he controlled that entire fight. Very, very convincing victory. So what's next for him? What next? Now, he's now the BMF champion. I mean, should he get an undisputed title shot? Should he defend his BMF belt? Well, here's what I think should happen. Defend it against Benoit Saint Denis, his BMF title, at the White House. They should make this at the White House. We are in early March, guys. I'm sure we can add in at least one more fight to the White House card. It's not going to be on short notice. Charles Oliveira will have time to get a full camp. BSD will obviously have time to get a full camp. Why not make this for the BMF title? This is a perfect BMF title fight. A lot of people would complain and say, no, Charles should fight Arman next. Well, that would counterfeit your argument, guys. You guys like to say that the Charles Oliveira, his performance against Max Holloway was not BMF worthy. How would Charles versus Arman be BMF worthy? It's just going to be a wrestle fight. This is going to be, it's an MMA fight. We're going to see both probably. And it's going to be fireworks. This fight would be great especially for the White House. I know neither of these fighters are American, but they didn't care for the Paragon one. Plus, it's France. No, he's not from France, I don't think. I think he's from Ukraine. He's Ukrainian. I don't remember if he's French or Ukrainian. I don't even remember. But got Brazil in it. We love Brazil. This would be a great fight. And yeah, that's what I think should happen for this one. Moving on to the loser of the main event. Now we have Max Holloway. What is next for Max Holloway? There's actually not a lot of options for him because most of the top 10 is booked or just came off a fight. So this one's a little complicated. Plus, he's a legend. Obviously, future Hall of Famer. So what's next for him? I think he should take a long break and come back and fight the loser of Ilya versus Gaethje. I think that would be the best fit for him. I think it should be a 5-round main event, probably of a fight night. I would say no, probably a co-main event, 5 rounds or 3 rounds of a pay-per-view or something like that. One of those, 5 rounds or 3 rounds. Probably 5 rounds preferably because all 3 of these fighters are legends, so they deserve to fight 5 rounds. But yeah, most likely Holloway versus Gaethje for a rematch at lightweight. Probably be his best fit. It'd be another legend versus legend either way. And if Ilya were somehow to lose, maybe Ilya. However, it'd probably be a different outcome. If Ilya were to somehow lose against Gaethje, there's a good chance Ilya would get a rematch. But I feel like Ilya could fight Holloway again. And it's just like I don't know. I think it's a little confusing because if you look at the fighters behind Max Holloway, they're kind of booked or they don't really deserve to fight someone like Max Holloway. So I guess this would be it. Preferably, he should fight Justin Gaethje if he loses. So that's what I say for that. But I could see Max Holloway rematching Ilya, which would be a really good fight. Ilya did have his troubles with Max Holloway. So moving on to the co-main event. The winner, Caio Borralho. He had a pretty decent performance against Rainier D. Ritter. Looked a lot better than when he did against Mavov. So what's next for Caio Borralho? I would say Borralho versus Brendan Allen. How do you feel about Brendan Allen, guys? Brendan Allen also coming off beating Rainier D. Ritter. Why don't they fight each other? Top 5 fight. The winner of this fight should get a number 1 contender fight, if you ask me. This would be a great headliner for a fight night. I'm not going to lie. But it could be 3 rounds either way. This is a great fight. Made great for pay-per-view main card fight. This would be a good fight. I think it could. It's pretty even if you ask me. I think it'd be very competitive. What do y'all think? I think this is a really good fight for Caio Borralho. When I was looking at the middleweight division, it's a top 5 fight. It'd be great for him. I don't think Caio's in the top 5. He's top 10, but Brendan Allen's in the top 5. So this would be a really good top 5 fight for him. I like this fight. Moving on to the loser of the co-main event, we have Rainier D. Ritter. We are witnessing the downfall of RDR, guys. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, this guy looked so good. Junior looked like even a future champ when he was, submitted Kevin Holland, knocked out Bo Nickel, beat Robert Whitaker, which is not something easy to do. It's very hard to do, to beat Robert Whitaker in a 5-round fight, especially. And he did all of that. And then he comes off and faces Brendan Allen, and he just quits on the stool. I mean, we didn't see that coming. Now, at first, I think we'll see a comeback from RDR. I think he'll come back. But no, he loses. He fights. He does not fight very good at all against Kaio. I mean, he literally... I picked RDR, unfortunately, too. I thought he'd get the job done in a slugfest. But no, RDR was barely throwing. He was getting outstruck. He was getting hit with huge shots. I thought Loki might have get knocked out. His wrestling didn't look that good. Wasn't able to control Kaio that much. He did a little bit. And he just looked slow. He looked like he didn't want to be there. So who I think he should fight? Jared Cannonier. A big drop-off and a 3-round fight. I think this would be a good fight. Cannonier's pretty old. I think RDR, if he locks in, he should be able to get the job done. However, Cannonier is also very dangerous too. Very capable of finishing you. So it's a big drop back for him. I think he should take some time off. Take this fight against Jared Cannonier. There's also other fights like Roman Dolitzy could be a good one. But I think D. Ritter versus Cannonier is probably the best bet. And this would be a pretty competitive fight if you ask me. Moving on to the featured fight. Winner of this, Raul Rosas Jr., otherwise known as Chi Wee Wees. So, yeah. This he looked pretty decent. I mean, he looked okay. That's what I think. I think his striking looked pretty good. Like, his striking looked decent. His striking has improved. His wrestling, on the other hand, it's okay. It's pretty good, actually, but he's got to work on it. He needs to improve more, like, the work he does on the ground. Like, he's good at taking people down, but once he gets them down, he needs to work on, actively trying to submit his opponent, actively striking when he's on the top, getting, like, ground and pound work. He's got to look for more ground and pounds. He's got to look to throw some more strikes, preferably elbows, ground and pound, just get in that position to do that. I think once he faces a good wrestler, he's going to lose. However, there's not really a good wrestler that's in his way too far, like, in his way in the bantamweight rankings. So I think he didn't fight too good against Rob Font, so I think you should give him, because Ross Jr. will be right now, I think you should give him number 15 contender, Montel Jackson, who is primarily a striker, but I think he wrestles a little bit too. This pretty good matchup to welcome into the rankings. A little step behind. Ross Jr. will probably be like the 13th or 14th rank. Montel Jackson is the 15th ranked bantamweight contender. I think this should be probably a 3-round fight, a nice fight for Rosas. Slowly work him into the rankings because he doesn't look like he's ranking material quite yet. And if he wins this, maybe give him a top 10 contender, maybe somewhere around then. But we need to see him get the heavy wrestler. This would be a pretty good fight, though. Moving on to the last guy, we have Rob Font losing to Ross Jr. He's very old. This man is pushing 40. It's about time for him to hang those gloves up. He had a pretty good career. But yeah, for him, he should fight anyone unranked who isn't a prospect or not, or just retire. This maybe have one more fight, one or two more fights. He should fight unranked. Definitely an unranked fighter. No need for him to fight a ranked fighter. There's no way. I don't think he can hang with any ranked fighters in the division right now. I mean, he can hang with them. I don't think he can beat them. I think he should fight a pretty decent unranked fighter who is not a prospect, just an average fighter, striker or wrestler, doesn't really matter, and just give him and see how he does against them. Maybe he should retire soon. I think he should think about retiring definitely in the next 3 fights, maybe 2. But yeah, anyone unranked who isn't like a really popular prospect, because we don't need to see Rob Font get finished in the first round early. So I think this is a good fight. Anyone unranked who isn't a prospect. So, sorry. Yeah, what do y'all think about this? Let me get to it. I think this is pretty good matchmaking, if you ask me. The Elijah House matchmaking should be the best. But let me know what y'all think about this. Feel free to comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Please like and subscribe. I think y'all been giving me a lot more love than usual. I appreciate that. I say please help me grow this channel. And yeah, just thank you guys.